Today we're going to be talking about acid loops and how to make them from scratch.
Traptendo.
Hi guys, I'm DJ Av. Smash that like button, feel free to, and we're going to talk about this. So acid loops. So the terminology itself, I first heard it from a software called Sony Acid, which was my first DAW, in which how I started producing. Funny enough, I saw a video with DJ Payne 1, and he was teaching about Sony Acid, and I never thought he would be that type of guy. But anyways, so I do have a pack already that uses acid loops and stuff like that. TRIPLE SEIS LOFI drum pack, full of them, and I just use breakbeats and stuff like that and use the acid loop type of thing. So I'm gonna pull up an acid loop that I like. Let's see from here, and I'm gonna and somebody subscribed right in the middle of my video. Awesome. So I'm gonna use that. There we go. We use this. So right here, we're gonna use that right there, and we're gonna explore that. So right now it's at 140 that I pulled it, but the original BPM is at 86. So I'm gonna play it again at 86. Play it at 86 first, and it says re-scratch all, but that doesn't matter. And I need to put that in song mode. So you have that. So, okay, it's a perfectly cut loop. That's not necessarily what is the whole entire thing about acid loops. The main attribute about acid loops is the fact that you can time scratch them at any given moment, and they'll still fit with the BPM. As you can see right there. And if I was to stretch it to about 140, which is double time, you hear that. So as you can see, that is an acid loop in a nutshell. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that, and I'm going to go into my micros real quick and purge unused audio clips. And now we're gonna go ahead and sample a record. This is J Zone's Lunch Breaks. I highly recommend that you guys get into vinyl if you're going to be sampling, because there's things that you will find that no other can find on the interwebs. So I'm going to go ahead and get the levels real quick. Nice vinyl hiss, with nice hiss. So there you go. You guys gonna probably lift the hell out of that. But anyways, the first thing, again, I'm gonna go ahead and do this in FL Studio. And this is very important. First off, let's press Shift and E. Shift E will pull up Edison. Now this is a really good tool for when you wanna sample stuff from your sound card or your audio interface, if you have one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and disengage this, because the most important thing of all is I want to do on input as on my audio input there. So from there we're gonna do that, and now I'm gonna choose a different channel just because, and I am going to make sure that everything is right. So from there, I'm just going to select my audio interface. And as you can see my voice running through this. So I'm going to have to be absolutely silent. I'm pretty sure you'll be disappointed. Yeah. But, I'm going to find the part of the sample that I want. So it sounds like I'm almost there. I'm there. And now I'm going to go ahead and mute the mic because I don't want my audio to be in there. And I'm going to pull up Edison. And we're going to go from here and go into detach mode so it can stay on screen no matter what, and I can move it anywhere I want, even if I want to move this to my second monitor. So that's how it would go. So I'm gonna move it right here since the turntables are right there right now, and now I'm gonna mute and record the sample. Okay, so I got everything that I wanted from that sample, and now this is where, you know, the most tedious part of creating the acid loop will happen right here. So now that I have the sample that I want, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to the turntable here. Goodbye, turntable. And now we're gonna focus more on Edison itself, and make sure that you do this as well, because you don't need your microphone or need your sound card to be recording FL. Go ahead and listen to the sample. So the first important thing to creating the acid loop is you got to find the downbeat. The one. So the one sounds like it's right here. So it's right here then. You got to be very careful of how you chop this. So you can go ahead and zoom in on that. And you might want to leave a little bit of space just for air or whatnot. Chop all that in the beginning. I wouldn't really necessarily chop that anyway. I'll probably use that for part of a drum kit or whatever, a drum fill, because that's dope. So that is, we're gonna count the bars. This is important too. So count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So I don't need that second one right there because it's not what I'm aiming for. And I'm gonna make sure that I stretch this out so I get a good look at it before I press Control and X, which will cut that out cut whatever is highlighted in red out. Go ahead and cut that out. Boop. And now there's a few precautions that you can take before you pull this the actual sample itself back into FL or into your playlist right here for further mangling. And this is one of the precautions. You can press this loop. So I pressed the loop buttons to see if it would loop together. So it sounds like it sounds natural. So we're gonna listen to it again, and I'm gonna push up the volume real quick. Those drums are badass. Yeah. Shouts out to J Zone again. Definitely, I think you guys you can take a gander if you are into vinyl. This is the vinyl that I sample right here. J Zone Lunch Breaks. I 100% appreciate J Zone and his contributions to music, and definitely he is a dope MC and producer and a dope drummer. So, anyways, back to business. So it seems like I have everything, all the ducks in a row. Now the first thing I gotta do now is I'm gonna press this button, and now we drop it in here. Now the next thing you want to do is this right here, is adjust your BPM. Remember we did a count. We was like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars. So you got 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beat, 4 beat. So that's how you distinguish what is a beats from bars right there. So now we're going to go ahead and do this right here. I see that everything is aligned. It seems like it's fine at 113. I don't have to chop. Sometimes you might have to chop, so you would press like C and further chop it. I have good faith in this that it might be on point. Oh, so I do have to chop a little bit off. Yeah, so I had to chop a little bit off. And then you press P to bring up your drawing tool again. And yeah, everything should be fine. So let's play it. So the actual BPM of this is 113. Now this right here, now you could be fine with this, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you to do this right here, this technique right here. Just go ahead and highlight this. Make sure that you're in line as far as your quantization options. And then you're going to go and next assign this to another channel. And from there, we're going to use track freezing to create a new file. And then you go into this down cursor arrow, press, go to disk record and render to wave. Now make sure that it's in 16-bit, and the reason why I say 16-bit over 32 is because it'll be more compatible with any other things like other drum machines and stuff like that. Just in case you want to pull this in your MPCs or all that, 16-bit mono is pretty much gonna work on Windows and Mac and pretty much every DAW. So now that I've froze the track, you see the track is gonna be right here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that, and it's the one that's untitled. I'm going to go and re-edit it. And this is what I'm going to do in the re-editing process. In the re-editing process, I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm just going to make a 16-bit mono. You don't have to, but I find it to be very useful to do so. Now you see it says tempo sync 113. Now I could have entered that into that original WAV file or whatever, but I didn't want to deal with the extra that was going to come along with it. One of the main things that would have been an issue is the fact that it had that big place. So I'm going to go ahead and save this into a folder. I have McCree South breaks in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and select this and name it JZone for now. And now this is where I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the folder, that folder that I saved it in, or whatever folder that you're going to save it in. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, I see JZone right here, right there. And then we're going to test it out completely and drop the BPM to 90. So it says restretch to all. So everything is fine. So that's cool that we have that. And that's pretty much how you make an acid loop. And the fact that you want to do that is this, because it makes a lot of things simpler in terms of your production. If you was going to do some loop-based production or hip-hop production or whatever, it's an added tool or added trait that you can have to further extend your production skills. It comes in handy. I obviously do it myself, and it helps with a lot of the things that I do monetarily wise as well. So yeah, and that's basically about it. Again, if you like this video, give it a like. If you have any comments, please leave a comment. Again, I would like to give another special shout out to JZone. This is a dope vinyl right here. I got it from Drum Brokers. Shouts out to them too, man. I much respected those guys. I really like those dudes over there. They're always been humble. And shouts out to Illmind and MXX. Yeah. My dogs. I'm DJ Av, and I'm out of here. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a good day. Stamp time.
Trap Tendo.